morning, everybody. It is Thursday, June 18th, 2020. We are still in our journey through the COVID crisis. So I'm asking everybody, as part of your devotions this morning, that you would be praying for our nation and for our community. We know that here in Arizona, COVID cases are going up pretty fast and hospitals are being overwhelmed. So we just want to pray for our first responders, to give them peace, and pray for our leaders to make good decisions to help us, and then pray for each other so that as we encounter situations, that we can always do it with God's grace and mercy, knowing that at the end of the day, God has got this, and we live in that confidence. Speaking of journeys, we're tracking on Barnabas and Paul on Paul's first missionary journey. And in chapter 14 of Acts, where we find ourselves today, we come to the city of Lystra. Lystra was populated by primarily Roman citizens, Gentiles, not a big Jewish population there. And so when Barnabas and Paul show up and start sharing the message, lots of people are attracted to the good news. While they're there, they end up healing a crippled man who had been crippled from birth. And the people see that and immediately assume that Barnabas and Paul have the powers of the gods. And they conclude that since Barnabas seems to be in charge, he must be Zeus, and that Paul, since he's doing all the talking, must be Hermes. The two of them, on realizing what is happening, tear their shirts and say, no, that's not what's going on here at all. And Paul says this at verse 15.
Friends, why are you doing this? We are merely human beings, just like you. We have come to bring you the good news that you should turn from these worthless things and turn to the living God, who made heaven and earth, the sea, and everything in them.
One of the messages that we see revealed in Scripture is that God has always called for us to be united under Him and with Him. But it would seem that all other pagan religions, ideas, and philosophies are about division and isolation. So here you have Barnabas and Paul saying, hey, we are calling you together to live as followers of Jesus Christ. And when they recognize that there is a gift, God's presence in that, they immediately are prone to try to segregate. In this case, elevating Barnabas and Paul. But the message, the good news, is that none of us is elevated. We are all equal in the eyes of Christ, united under Him and able to share the love of God equally. What that means for us as we think about this is that none of us is special, but that's what makes all of us special. We are followers of Jesus Christ. We all have the right to share God's love with others. And in doing so, God will work through us to touch and transform lives. So today, as you go through life, think about that. Think about the fact that you get to share the love of God and every bit as much power as the Apostle Paul did 2,000 years ago. So go and be bright and shining lights in this world, because we know in this time of weirdness and darkness, the light of Christ's love is what we need more than anything else. Have a great day, everyone.